I bought a set of mud flaps splash guards for my F-250 off of eBay. They're a generic set of splash guards, and they do have the hardware with them to install them, so I'm going to put them on the truck here and show you how it goes. When they arrived, they did not have instructions on how to install them. So I'm going to figure this out and post a video of how you install these generic splash guards. You can see they were $24.23 plus some tax, so about $26, $27. And they came from West Carrollton, Ohio. The seller is ALO 0619 2011. But they came, they're nice splash guards, and they came rather quickly. So I'll get out at the truck and show you how it goes. There's the box that this molded mud flaps come in. You get two sets of mud flaps. You get a set for the left, you get a set for the right. There is a difference in the two mud flaps. You can see here, this mud flap, mud guard, whatever, splash guard. You can see it has this little lug on the back of it here, and this cutout. This is the front. I've already set it up there and tried it. That makes this the back, obvious. There, and then it comes with this hardware kit also. Now, I'm not sure what all this is about. I think I got this bracket figured out. This goes to the back mud flap, and when it's on there, it's going to go like that, and this will attach to the body of the truck. And what it does, it stiffens this back mud flap, I think. What these little silver brackets in here for, I have no idea. What these plastic plugs are there for, I have no idea. But it does come with a bunch of screws and stuff. Comes with a bunch of speed clips for speed nuts for putting screws in. So I'm not, say, this is a little bit of an experiment. Comes with a bunch of screws and stuff. Comes with the long screws, and there's spacers, and there's two spacers in there. And I'm thinking that's to space it off the body. Goes between this and the body, I'm thinking. You run the screw through it, screwed into the body, then this reaches down and you put one of them speed nuts on there and clip it here is the way I'm thinking that works. We're going to find out though and see. So anyway, that's the basics of what we're starting with. And again, this is a bit of an experiment because there's no instructions with this on how to put these on. I sent an email to the guy to the seller, and I said, do you have instructions you could email me, or do you have a YouTube video that you could send me a link to or something? And they said, no, we don't have anything. Please go hire a professional to do this installation. And I thought, nah, I'm as professional as any other professional when it comes to this kind of stuff. I'm not overhauling an engine here. We're just putting mud flaps on. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to try and get these put on, then I'll show you how I did it. Here's the hardware kit taken apart a little bit. And here's what all you get in this. Get these two brackets, these two spacers, which I think these are for the back mud flaps when we get to them. This long screw, which would obviously go with these spacers. You get 8 of these speed clips. These two clips, since there's only 2 of them, I'm assuming they are associated with these brackets. Then you get some miscellaneous screws and stuff. I don't know why. Maybe this is, no, that's not for there. I don't know what these 2 would be for. These are for putting your mud flaps on. These are plastic clips. The front mud flap has this hole in it, which on the truck associates, there's a plastic clip up in here. But I've come to look at it, and I don't think I'm even going to use this hole. This will not grab up in there. This comes too far past, and it covers that metal or that plastic plug up already. So there's no way you're going to put another plastic plug up in there. So that's not a big deal if this doesn't get used. This screw hole will screw into the fender. Looks like this screw hole will screw into the fender. This screw hole is going to screw into the plastic inner fender liner in there, because there's the fender stops about right here, the metal fender, and doesn't go out past here. This is all that plastic or rubber inner liner that's in there, inner fender. So there's the hardware kit breakdown. Now we'll see how it goes on. Well, I'm going to put the front one on first. It's the easiest. Then I'll figure out the back. All right, it's been about 15-20 minutes. No, probably half hour. 20 minutes, half hour. There's a front one on. This is a factory bolt that was in the fender that screws through into this inner liner, into this fender well liner. This is a plastic or rubber liner here. But anyway, there's a speed nut on the back here, and this screwed into it. So I used this hole. This is came from the factory in this, so I used that hole. There's a holes up here that, so I went and I had some, they're actually screws for putting pole buildings metal on that I had. And I used them instead of the screws that come with the kit, because these are a bigger gauge screw, and they've got this rubber washer under it, which spreads the load out a little bit, makes them tighter. So and they pre-drill themselves, so you don't have to pre-drill a hole. If you used them sheet metal screws there, you'd have to pre-drill a hole in this fender. So I put one there. This hole that come from the pre-made from the factory here does not line up with the metal fender. The fender goes down around and stops about right here. So I reached my finger down in, kind of deciphered where the flange was down in here, and screwed this screw into that flange. Then this screw I put into the rubber liner here, but I used one of the speed nuts that come with the kit. And if you can see up in there, you can see the screw and the speed nut coming through on the back side there. So it's all pretty sturdy. It's not going to fall off there anytime soon. So that worked out well. Like I say, this other little piece that went under here, get myself curled around here without falling over. I don't think that's going to matter any. Now my wife's uncle just came past with his F-250, and he has Ford factory mud flaps on it. They have a screw there, and then they have a, made into the mud flap, they have a rubber or plastic bracket that goes back here, and they screw in this way to hold the mud flap in place. And there's no screw out on this side at all. So a little different way, but I looked at the Ford factory mud flaps on eBay. Over $100 for 4 of them. I got these for 26. So that's, you know, I'm a bargain hunter. Can't help it. Anyway, there's the front one on. We're gonna tackle the back one now. Okay, this is the back mud flap putting on here. You can see I took the wheel off to make room to get in here to work. There was a factory hole in the fender, so I put a speed clip back here, run one of my pole building screws into it. Down here there was a factory hole in the mud flap, which I just run a screw into the bottom flare, or the flange here of the fender, pre-drilled or self-drilled the hole through, so that screws there. And then here's the bracket I figured out. Took a little bit of thinking, but I did figure it out. But boy, that sure makes that mud flap good and stiff. But it goes, there's a left and a right to these brackets here. This one's laying here. There is a left and a right to these brackets. So this bracket was for the left-hand side. I put a speed clip on it in this hole right here. Put a speed clip, put one of my pole building screws through the speed clip, because again, these are a bigger gauge screw. And then it goes up on an angle. And if I can get myself down underneath here to show you, comes back up here. All right, my battery went dead, had to change batteries. But there's how that bracket goes. This is the back side of it. You can see the speed clip, you can see the screw coming through, see the angle of the bracket. And it comes up to this bolt that holds the fender bracket in place and helps holds the rubber liner in place. It bolts right there, so I just bolted it in between the two. Boy, that makes that good and stiff now. Yeah, that's in good. That's really good. So that's the way it goes. That's how they are. So if you buy a set of these generic mud flaps off of eBay, that's how you install them. They're not that big a deal. So I hope this helps somebody out. Makes your job a little easier, a little faster. And, you know, that's it. They're mud flaps on an F-250. What can I say? All right, thanks for watching. If you like what you see, click subscribe. We'd appreciate it. God bless you. See you later. Okay, one last thing. A PS to this. What this other hardware is for, I have no idea. I didn't need it at all. Some other brand of model, truck, whatever, I don't know. You know how stuff is pretty much universal nowadays. So you maybe need that for some other. But for an F-250, you don't need all this stuff. It'll be discarded. It'll be thrown in a junk drawer and kept for something later. That's what it'll be. So that's it. Thanks for watching.